Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Episode 2 of The Presenter should be up by the time you guys are watching this. If it is up, you guys know what to do. Please go and give it a watch. I sat down with the great, and I mean great, Adam Cattrall. I mean, this guy covers boxing, MMA and football, and I think he does all three sports fantastically well. My only regret with this sit-down interview is that it wasn't longer. It was about an hour, but we could have gone on for 2 hours. So yeah, look, please go and give it a watch and let me know what other presenters you guys want me to speak with, and I'll try and do my best to get them in the studio. Me and G-Man are filming later this evening as well. We're going to look back on the weekend's boxing, some other big boxing news, to look out for that as well. All right, let's have a look and see what there is to talk about. I think we're still talking about what happened on the weekend. We are 2 days removed from Dalton Smith beating Subriel Matias from that crazy night in Germany. What a start to the year. What a way to kickstart 2026. Bear in mind, we've still got Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson to come. We've got Josh Kelly trying to become a world champion. Won't be easy. We've got the Magnificent 7 card headlined by Talma versus Franklin. January's crazy. I can't ever remember a January like this. As for Dalton Smith, incredible. And it was a good fight as well, wasn't it? For 5 rounds, it was an action-packed 5 rounds. I think Matias will come again. He is 33 though. He's taken a lot of punishment in a few fights. I mean, this fight was tough. The fight before, Puello, was tough. Paro wasn't as physically tough, but still lost. So there are a lot of miles on the clock, but I still think there are good fights out there for him. So we'll see. As for Dalton Smith, I mean, the world's his oyster. The world's his oyster, people. I mean, hopefully this has translated to more fans. I mean, if I'm Eddie and his team, I'm not quite sure who manages Dalton Smith, but this is where you start to do your rounds in American media. So hopefully he's not come back straight away. He's out there. He's doing his victory parade, if you like, the victory lap. He's going to media houses and he's speaking to people because he needs to get his name out there. Because that was a really good performance. He's a great guy. He speaks well, so put him in front of the media. I know he was on TalkSport today, or will be on TalkSport today. So yeah, look, good luck to him. In terms of what next, it looks like they are going to try and do Alberto Puello. The WBC might just push that on him. I mean, I know Eddie's going to try and make sure he has a voluntary first in Sheffield. And then there are so many names. Honestly, guys, I mean, 140 is crazy. He might even think, okay, I can go to 147 and see something. But just at 140, there's about 5 or 6 names. And those 5 or 6 are all big fights. And that's not me including Adam Azim to it. He's obviously someone that wants to get there. But we need to see Adam Azim now get to world level. And then that fight makes a lot of sense. So well done to Dalton. Well done to Grant. Well done to the whole team. That's hard what he done. Like, people, that is very difficult. I'd love to see the odds before the fight, but Subriel Matias was definitely a favourite. So to go away from home and win like that, not win and it's, a split decision and, the judges have favoured you, knock out the champion. I mean, that has to be applauded. David Benavidez, moving up in weight, put me in the driver's seat. Yeah, true. It is true. Maybe not yet. He's still not. I don't know if he's the biggest name at 175 or cruiserweight, but it's definitely easier for him to get big fights. Obviously, look, this guy was chasing Canelo for 2 years. Still have no idea how this guy makes 168 or did make 168. Don't have any idea how this guy makes 175 either. He's very, very big. But yeah, now he's moved up. I mean, he has become a draw. Like, people want to see Benavidez fight. He can now get the big fights. There's no big hurdles to overcome. Obviously, he's going to fight Zerdo. I saw that he put a hit list out of he wants Zerdo, and then he will go back down to 175, will he really, and fight Beterbiev, and then he wants Bivol. I wouldn't mind seeing Zerdo, then Jai. I wouldn't mind. I'm desperate for Jai to have a big fight. And if Benavidez can win a world title, Jai versus Benavidez is fucking, I mean, that's car crash television. That's going to be frightening, that fight. So I'd like that. But either way, I'm not complaining. Whether it be Zerdo, Beterbiev, Bivol, or Zerdo, Jai, Beterbiev, whatever order. I will say this though, let's not discount Zerdo too quick. I've seen a few people already do these kind of early thoughts and early predictions, And it's almost like, yeah, okay, so after Benavidez is going to fight, I'm like, ooh, steady, Zerdo can go. Zerdo's a good fighter. He's naturally now the bigger of the two because he's been in the cruiserweight division a long time himself. We've seen him do good work in the cruiserweight division. I was ringside when he put a beating on Chris Smith. So this guy can go some as well. So I think it's a great fight. All right, let's talk Agit Kabayel versus Oleksandr Usyk. I touched on Agit Kabayel yesterday. As you guys know, I was in Germany. Insane atmosphere, like insane. I've watched my post-fight interview with him back so many times just because of the noise. Just the noise that generated. That makes those kind of interviews so easy. Sometimes those interviews can be quite hard just to get something out of the fighter. And look, Agit doesn't really talk, but the crowd did the talking for him. It has to be Oleksandr Usyk next. It has to be. I said this on a video yesterday, actually, and I think I've said it for a while. This Oleksandr Usyk Wilder thing kind of just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And I think no one's going to pay for it. That's my honest opinion. I could be wrong. If I am, so be it. But someone's got to put up the money. That's how it works, people. Someone puts up the money as guarantees for both fighters. Oleksandr Usyk is now used to a certain check. It won't be the same check. It won't be a Fury amount. It won't be a Dubois amount. It'll be less than those. But Oleksandr Usyk has a number that I guess he won't go below. I don't think he's going to get that number for the Wilder fight because I don't think that fight makes that much money. I don't think it does. I don't think it does well on pay-per-view. I don't think it does well even bums on seats. I think Wilder's stock has dropped massively. And Oleksandr Usyk, as much as we love him over here, I don't know if the Americans are going to go out and buy tickets for him. I just don't, because the only reason I say Americans is because he's speaking about fighting in America. I spoke to him personally and he said Miami or LA. That's what he said. So, yeah, and I don't think Turkey's interested in that fight. Again, I touched on it yesterday. You know, Turkey's been up close and personal with Wilder twice, and Wilder got knocked out by Zhang and looked awful against Parker. So Turkey's not going to pay for it. The Zone aren't going to pay for it because, again, both guys are going to want money. Is it a big pay-per-view event? No. Is it a pay-per-view event? Maybe. But will it generate the money that both guys will want? No. So the reason I say all this is because I don't think we're going to see Usyk Wilder. Yesterday, or should I say Saturday, made me know that there is now a lot of money involved in Kabayel versus Usyk, Usyk versus Kabayel. And remove the money. I'll go back to that in a second. Remove the money. Kabayel was the next man in line. How are people forgetting this? Like it was, the argument was, will it be Parker or Kabayel? Parker got chinned, as we know, by Wardley. So Wardley jumped up, rightly so. But then Kabayel was always that guy. It's not like Kabayel's come from nowhere and everyone's like, oh, how dare Kabayel jump the queue. Kabayel's been the top of the fucking queue. He's been that guy for ages. So he's not gone down. Do you know what I mean? If anything, what Saturday proved is that he's now a draw. So all of a sudden, he can come to Usyk, come to the table and say, well, I can do this. Like I fought Damian Neba, someone nobody knew, and look what I did. Look what I was able to do. I got, was it a DM or did someone send a message and leave a comment on one of the videos? But someone said something like, Ade, I lived half an hour away from the venue. I tried to get a ticket. As soon as the tickets went on sale, they sold out in a couple of days or a day or something. Sold out in a day, which would tell me that if Kabayel was in there against the name, remember he put 13,000 in there. If he was in there against the name, I mean, you could treble that number. If he's in there against Oleksandr Usyk, they'll do a stadium easily. It'll be on the Zone pay-per-view, and I think everyone will be happy. So Kabayel comes to this with so many different avenues. Number one, he's unbeaten. Number two, he is the next in line. Number three, he's now a draw. What more do you want? What more do you want? He's a draw, he's unbeaten, he's next in line anyway. Now, the only other person that also has those things is Fabio Wardley, who is maybe next in line, unbeaten, and is a draw. I mean, I was there for Fabio versus Justice Hooney, and he had, 20,000 or so in the pouring rain in Portman Road. So Fabio also can bring his numbers. If it ain't those two, I'm sorry, nobody else should be jumping the queue in front of those two. Those two, if it's not Wilder, which Usyk obviously wants, then it has to be Kabayel or Wardley. It has to be. I know Coley's doing his best to get the fight, but it has to be them. Wardley's a world champion. Kabayel was next in line and is unbeaten and is the WBC interim so he's the next man up. I want to see it. Kabayel, apologies, has this thing of he's become the new body snatcher. I think I said it on air. Now, some people will tell you that Usyk doesn't like it to the body. I don't know how true this is. I mean, we've seen him hurt to the body, but who does like it to the body? But you can see how that could be a fun fight. I think it's a fun fight, and I do want to see Usyk take on someone different. I've seen 2 AJs, I've seen 2 Furies, I've seen 2 Dubois. It would be nice to see him take another name, a guy that's not 40, 41, another live dog right now. Kabayel is a live dog right now. It should be Kabayel versus Usyk. That's all I want to see. That's it. Usyk, if you're watching this, I'm not sure if you watch my videos, please, come on, dude. Not Wilder. Not Wilder. You know what it is? I'd understand the Wilder thing if there were no contenders. If there was no man up, right? If there was no obvious sort of next option. There are 2, and then there are still even more after that. The 2 are Kabayel and Wardley. I would go Kabayel. Just my thoughts. All right, what's this? Hamza Shiraz, Diego Pacheco, WBO ordered title fights head to purse bid. Yeah, I do think that this fight might have taken place on that scheduled AJ fight. You know, when AJ was going to take on the kickboxer. Because Hamza definitely ramped up his training. He went to Ireland, didn't he? Which would tell me that he's now in a camp. He's now gone back to Dubai, so it's almost a case of ticking over. Every time you see Hamza, every time you see a fighter with their head trainers, they're in camp. Bit of a clue for you. So something is planned, something is earmarked. When you see them just hitting pads with, which might look like a friend or just, you know, a local trainer, they're just ticking over. I like that fight. I would favour Hamza heavily. For me, maybe that's a bit of British bias. I don't know, but I would favour Hamza. Richardson Hitchens versus Oscar Duarte in advanced talks for Barrios Garcia's show. Looks like this Barrios Garcia show is starting to get a decent undercard. Don't mind this one. Don't mind this. Oscar Duarte is coming off that Kenneth Sims Jr. win. Richardson Hitchens is an interesting one. I thought, obviously, I thought Eddie not made him, but built him up. And then he announced in the ring that I'm a free agent right when Eddie's standing. And I was like, oh, that's not going to go down well. And there was then this photo I thought of them all sort of rekindling. Eddie's back with Richardson Hitchens. I don't think that's happening or happened. He needs, I feel like he needs to maybe get Eddie back on side. That's what I think. Just my thoughts on it. I think Eddie would help promote him very, very well. Very well. And you know what it's like as well, people. When you're with one of the leading promoters, you do jump the queue. You do get the big fights. It's just how it is. All right, what else is there? That's kind of it, you know. That's kind of it. All right, guys, girls. Peace and love.